He posted it on his page.
Well, it ain't on there now. Did he take it off?
Yeah, he deleted it.
He put it up and then took it down. And everybody grabbed
Yeah,
it.
so yeah, everybody grabbed it.
So he basically, he shut the internet down today just showing that I ain't done with this yet.
It just come out of nowhere. Nigga, we were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows while we were around each other, man, you know what I mean? I said, what you think about this? He like, you wanna do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, he act like he ain't know what was going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's about, oh, you playing.
T.I. is known for staying cool under pressure, but this time, everything hit different. The internet is on fire after 50 Cent dropped what people are calling the most explosive documentary episode yet. And somehow, T.I. found himself right in the center of it all. Clips started circulating. Fans began connecting dots, and within hours, the conversation spiraled into something nobody saw coming. At first, it looked like just another bold move, 50 Cent doing what he does best, stirring controversy and getting people talking. But as more details surfaced, the tone shifted. People weren't just entertained. They were shocked. Allegations, old situations, and behind-the-scenes narratives started resurfacing, putting T.I. under a spotlight he couldn't ignore. Then came the reaction, and that's where things took a serious turn. T.I., usually outspoken and confident, appeared visibly shaken. Whether it was frustration, anger, or something deeper, fans noticed immediately. Social media lit up with debates. Is this exposure, exaggeration, or something else entirely? Now everyone's asking the same question. Did 50 Cent go too far? Or did he just reveal what was always hidden? One thing's for sure. This situation is far from over. And the fallout might be even bigger than the episode itself. The tension between T.I. and 50 Cent has always had an undercurrent of competition, subtle jabs, and industry rivalry, but this latest situation feels different. It's no longer just about music, legacy, or ego. This time, it's personal. Or at least that's how the internet is reading it. When news started spreading that 50 Cent had released a new documentary, Episode 1, rumored to touch on sensitive topics involving T.I., fans didn't immediately take it seriously. After all, 50 Cent has built a reputation not only as a rapper, but as a master marketer. Whether it's trolling on social media or producing gritty, headline-grabbing content, he knows exactly how to control attention. From shows like Power to real-life commentary, he understands how to blur the lines between entertainment and reality. But this time, things escalated quickly. Clips some verified. Some questionable began circulating online. They hinted at deeper narratives, past controversies, and alleged behind-the-scenes moments tied to T.I.'s life. None of it came with full context at first, which only made things more intense. Social media users did what they do best: speculate, analyze, and amplify. Within hours, hashtags started trending, reaction videos flooded YouTube, and fans began choosing sides. For longtime followers of T.I., the situation felt almost surreal. Here is an artist who has spent years shaping his image, just as a rapper, but as a businessman, actor, and family man. He's someone who has openly spoken about growth, mistakes, and redemption. From legal issues in the past to becoming a voice in community discussions, T.I. has worked hard to control his narrative. That's why this moment hits so differently. The idea that someone like 50 Cent, who thrives on exposing uncomfortable truths or at least presenting provocative angles, could disrupt that narrative so suddenly, created a sense of uncertainty. Fans weren't just reacting to what was said, they were reacting to what it might mean. Was this a calculated hit piece? A misunderstood production? Or just another example of entertainment being taken too seriously? Meanwhile, 50 Cent appeared unfazed. If anything, he leaned into the attention. Known for his unapologetic online presence, he didn't rush to clarify or soften the situation. Instead, his selective responses added fuel to the fire. Every cryptic post, every subtle jab, every laughing emoji became part of the story. It's a strategy he's used before, Let the audience do the talking while he controls the narrative from the background. But as the conversation grew louder, attention shifted back to T.I. and, more specifically, his reaction. At first, there was nothing. No immediate statement, no live video, no tweets addressing the situation. That silence spoke volumes. Some fans interpreted it as strength or refusal to engage in drama. Others saw it as a sign that something deeper was going on. In today's fast-paced digital world, where celebrities often respond within minutes, taking a step back can sometimes create even more speculation. Then came the moment that changed everything. A clip surfaced showing T.I. in what many described as an emotional state. Whether it was from a live session, a private recording, or something taken out of context, it quickly went viral. In it, he appeared frustrated, possibly overwhelmed, and definitely affected by the situation. For someone who is usually composed and articulate, this raw display caught people off guard. Fans immediately began dissecting every word, every expression, every pause. Was he reacting directly to the documentary? Was it about something deeper that had been building for a long time? Or was the internet simply connecting dots that weren't meant to be connected? The truth is, no one had all the answers, but that didn't stop the conversation. Supporters of T.I. rallied behind him, calling out what they believed to be unfair targeting or sensationalism. They argued that, in the age of viral content, it's easy for narratives to be twisted or exaggerated for views. To them, this wasn't just about one documentary episode. It was about the broader issue of how public figures are portrayed and judged. On the other side, critics took a different stance. They questioned whether the reaction itself suggested there might be more to the story. In their view, 50 Cent's history of calling out industry figures often comes with at least some level of truth, or at least enough ambiguity to make people look twice. They didn't necessarily claim everything was factual, but they believed the situation deserved scrutiny. And right in the middle of all this noise was the reality of modern fame. In today's digital landscape, perception can become reality almost instantly. A single clip, a single headline, or even a rumor can shape how millions of people view a person. For artists like T.I., who have spent decades building a legacy, that kind of shift can feel overwhelming if it's temporary. What makes this situation even more complex is the blurred line between entertainment and real life. Documentaries, especially those tied to controversial topics, are designed to provoke thought, spark conversation, and yes, sometimes even create discomfort. But when real people and real reputations are involved, the impact goes beyond entertainment. It becomes personal, emotional, and in some cases, unpredictable as the story continues to unfold. One thing is clear: this isn't just a moment, it's a turning point. Whether it leads to clarification, confrontation, or simply fades into the next viral topic remains to be seen. But for now, all eyes remain on both T.I. and 50 Cent, watching closely to see what happens next. Because in a situation like this, silence can be just as powerful as words. And the next move could change everything, as the fallout from 50 Cent's latest documentary episode continued. The spotlight remained firmly on T.I. What started as curiosity among fans had now turned into a full-blown conversation across social media, podcasts, and online news outlets. Analysts, bloggers, and influencers dissected every frame, every caption, and every insinuation. For T.I., the pressure was intensifying, not just from the documentary itself, but from the public's reaction and the way the story was spiraling online. To understand the impact, it's important to consider the history between T.I. and 50 Cent. Their relationship has never been entirely straightforward. Both are major figures in hip-hop, both have massive business empires, and both are no strangers to controversy. Over the years, there have been subtle clashes in interviews, social media jabs, and competitive business moves. But this documentary episode seemed to elevate things to a new level. It wasn't a single tweet or a playful diss, it was a full production, aimed squarely at revealing a narrative about T.I. that many had never seen. Fans immediately noticed the difference. This episode didn't just tease controversy, it unpacked it. Allegations and stories, some long buried and some recent, were presented in a way that made them impossible to ignore. People started discussing T.I.'s past decisions, personal life, and career choices as if they were news for the first time. While many defended T.I., others questioned whether the episode was merely uncovering the truth. The polarized reactions added fuel to the fire, and suddenly, T.I. wasn't just an artist reacting heat, was a public figure being scrutinized in real time. Inside the industry, reactions varied. Some insiders pointed out that 50 Cent's approach was calculated, a strategic move to dominate the conversation and maintain relevance. 50 Cent has always been a master at creating buzz. From leveraging social media to timing releases perfectly, he knows exactly how to keep audiences engaged. His ability to control the narrative, even indirectly, has earned him respect and criticism. In this case, the documentary episode was another demonstration of his skill at combining entertainment and publicity. Leaving T.I. to respond on his TRMS, T.I.'s response or lack thereof was significant. Initially, he stayed quiet, choosing not to address the episode directly on social media. Some fans saw this as maturity and restraint, while others worried it suggested vulnerability. When public figures remain silent amid explosive content, it's often interpreted in multiple ways. Silence can be a shield, a strategy, or even a signal that the content has struck a nerve. In T.I.'s case, fans speculated endlessly, dissecting every minor interaction and appearance, searching for clues about his emotional state. Then came the viral clip that truly changed the tone of the narrative. A segment surfaced showing T.I. visibly frustrated and overwhelmed. While the clip didn't include full context, the way he expressed his emotions spoke volumes. T.I., known for his charisma and composure, appeared raw and unguarded. Social media users instantly reacted, with some expressing concern for his well-being, while others interpreted it as a sign that the documentary had struck a deeper chord than expected. The clip became the centerpiece of the conversation, shared across platforms and sparking debates about authenticity, media influence, and celebrity vulnerability. As the clip spread, the conversation shifted from speculation to analysis. Fans began breaking down T.I.'s words and body language. Some interpreted his reactions as frustration at misrepresentation, while others viewed it as acknowledgement that the documentary had raised valid points. The episode also sparked discussions about the pressures of fame. T.I. is not only a performer but a public figure, husband, father, and entrepreneur. Managing personal reputation while being constantly under the microscope is a challenge many celebrities face. But the intensity of viral content can amplify every reaction. In response to the growing online debate, commentators and media outlets began weighing in. Some praised T.I. for staying composed in previous controversies, arguing that this reaction was human and understandable. Others criticized him, framing the documentary as an exposure of truths that had long been ignored. The polarizing reactions underscored a larger reality in today's media landscape. Perception often outweighs facts, and the narrative is shaped by the audience as much as the content itself. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's strategy seemed deliberate. By releasing the episode and letting social media and news outlets amplify the conversation, he ensured that the story reached a wide audience quickly. His subtle, calculated public statements and selective commentary kept attention focused without direct confrontation. In the world of celebrity media, this approach is often more effective than outright engagement. The result? I was left navigating the narrative while 50 Cent remained largely in control of the framing. Amid the public scrutiny, T.I. did eventually address the situation, but not in the way many expected. Rather than directly attacking 50 Cent or dismissing the documentary, he spoke about the importance of context, perspective, and resilience. He emphasized that public perception can be misleading and that personal growth often involves facing uncomfortable truths. By doing so, T.I. not only defended himself, but also positioned the conversation around themes of maturity and accountability. Fans noted that this approach reflected the T.I. they knew, someone capable of handling controversy with intelligence, even under pressure. But even with his measured response, the documentary episode continued to dominate the conversation. Social media trends, reaction videos, and commentary articles kept the story alive for days, if not weeks. Some fans expressed concern over the intensity of the scrutiny, highlighting how the internet can amplify personal challenges and turn them into public spectacle. Others focused on the entertainment value, arguing that moments like these are part of the allure of celebrity culture. Either way, T.I.'s reaction became a case study in modern fame. The balance between personal authenticity and public performance, the weight of online narratives, and the unpredictability of viral attention. Another layer to the situation involves the broader hip-hop community. Fellow artists, collaborators, and industry insiders watched closely. Some offered support, posting messages of encouragement and solidarity. Others stayed silent, perhaps understanding the complicated dynamics between T.I. and 50 Cent. The situation served as a reminder that celebrity conflicts are rarely isolated. They ripple through networks of influence, affecting reputations, relationships, even business opportunities. The episode also highlighted a generational shift in how celebrity content is consumed. Whereas previous decades relied on traditional media outlets for news and commentary, today's landscape thrives on immediacy. Clips go viral in minutes, opinions spread globally in seconds, and audiences become participants in the narrative. In this environment, a single documentary episode can become more than just a piece of content, can be a cultural moment, shaping conversations about identity, accountability, and influence. As the dust began to settle, observers began to reflect on the lessons from this episode. T.I.'s experience illustrated the power of perception, the impact of digital media, and the challenges of maintaining personal authenticity under intense scrutiny. 50 Cent's approach reinforced the idea that strategic storytelling, even when controversial, can dominate public attention and frame narratives on one's own terms. Together, these dynamics created a story that was as much about media strategy as it was about personal conflict. Looking ahead, the key question remains: how will T.I. navigate the ongoing aftermath? Will he engage further, maintain distance, or focus on other projects while letting the controversy fade? One thing is certain: every move will be analyzed, every statement dissected, and every reaction amplified. In an era where attention is currency, the stakes are high, and the consequences extend far beyond a single episode. For fans, the drama has become a mixture of entertainment, speculation, and emotional investment. They watch not only for the content itself, but for the human reaction behind it. T.I., a figure who has experienced both triumph and controversy throughout his career, now finds himself at a crossroads, navigating the pressures of fame while managing the fallout from one of the most talked about documentary episodes in recent memory. In the end, this episode is more than just a story about T.I. and 50 Cent. It's a snapshot of modern celebrity culture, where perception, narrative control, and audience engagement intersect in ways that are unpredictable, relentless, and often unavoidable. The documentary episode may have dropped, but its ripple effects are still unfolding. And for T.I., the real challenge may be learning how to respond while staying true to himself in a world that never stops. Watching the aftermath of 50 Cent's documentary episode left T.I. in a spotlight hotter than ever before. Fans, critics, and media outlets all weighed in, dissecting his every reaction. Social media became a storm of opinions. Some praised T.I. for handling the situation with dignity, while others argued that the episode exposed truths he could no longer avoid. Clips of his emotional responses circulated widely, fueling debates and reaction videos that kept the story trending. While T.I. had initially chosen silence, his measured statements afterward reflected a strategic awareness. He emphasized resilience, context, and personal growth, reminding fans that public perception can often be misleading. Yet even with his careful words, the discussion wasn't dying down. Memes, Twitter threads, and YouTube analysis videos exploded, proving that in today's digital era, a single episode can dominate global conversations almost instantly. 50 Cent, as expected, stayed largely silent publicly, letting the documentary and social media chatter do the heavy lifting. His approach highlighted his mastery over narrative control. By avoiding direct confrontation, he ensured that T.I.'s reactions and the public's reaction to T.I. remained the center of attention. In effect, 50 Cent turned the situation into a lesson in strategic media influence, demonstrating how even explosive controversy can be managed with precision. Meanwhile, industry insiders and fellow artists watched closely. Supportive voices reached out privately, offering guidance and solidarity, while others remained neutral, understanding that involvement could escalate the tension. The drama served as a reminder that in entertainment, personal conflicts are rarely contained. They ripple across networks, affecting careers, reputations, and business opportunities alike. For fans, this episode became more than just a story about two rappers. It highlighted the realities of modern fame, the pressure to maintain a flawless image, the intensity of online scrutiny, and the challenge of controlling one's own narrative in a world that thrives on instant. REACTIONSTI's struggle wasn't just about defending himself, was about navigating an environment where every gesture, word, and pause is analyzed and debated worldwide. As the dust settles, the question remains, what's next for T.I. and 50 Cent? Will T.I. take further steps to clarify his side of the story? Or will he focus on his career and let the controversy fade naturally? Will 50 Cent release more episodes, continuing to stir conversation? Or will he allow this chapter to close, satisfied with the impact of a single explosive release? One thing is certain, the episode has already left a mark. It's a stark reminder of how digital media, celebrity influence, and public perception intersect, sometimes unpredictably, sometimes painfully. In the end, this saga is far from over. The documentary episode may have set off the storm, but its ripples will continue to influence T.I.'s public image, its personal life, and the entertainment world at large. And for fans watching every move, the tension, the speculation, and the drama are just beginning. The drama between T.I. and 50 Cent has everyone talking, and the truth is, this story isn't over yet. Whether you're Team T.I., Team 50 Cent, or just here for the chaos, one thing is clear: this latest documentary